Hey everybody, welcome back to Castle Farms
One of the
Homestead.
people out here just drove
Today
by.
I am starting a project that is just going to be kind of a fun one for me. I'm going to build a chicken coop. Yes, we already have our trailer trash chicken coop. No, it's not trailer trash. It's cute.
One of the people
We have
out
our
here
trailer
just drove
chicken
by
coop.
on a little
And
mini dirt bike
we've been building a
in
chicken
his
coop
Sunday
for a
clothes.
neighbor.
It's very
That's
funny.
been fun too. But this is just going to be a smaller chicken coop that I'm going to make out of materials that we have here on the property. Try not to have to buy too much stuff for it. I know I'm going to have to buy some hardware and things like that for it, but I just want to do it out of the scraps and all that we have around here. Try to make it really cute. And like I said, it's just going to be a fun project for me because I like to design things and then build them and see how they turn out. If they turn out like I hope they are like I hope they will look like. So I'm going to get busy on that today, at least get the frame going. We'll see how far I can get. So this coop is going to be 6 feet long and 4 feet wide. I'm going to use these 4x4 posts just to make the base for it. And I want this coop to be portable. So I'm going to use 2 of the 4x4s and I'm going to put a slant on each end of them so that you can actually drag this around. So if somebody wanted to have it one location for a little bit, pull it down a little further, put it in another location, that way they kind of do a rotational pasturizing, no, that would be correct. Rotational grazing, only with chickens. That's why I said pasteurizing. What would that word be? Anyway, it'll be portable. And so I'm going to use two of the 4x4s as skids. And then this one here I'm going to cut in half, essentially, just to be supports across side to side at the base of it. I'm going to go ahead and cut these off. I started to do the wrong measurement there. I was thinking of the skids. But this one we're going to do, it's going to be 4 feet wide minus 7 inches. Instead of 48, it'll be 41. Or do I want the inside to be 4? Actually, I'm going to have the inside of it be 4. So I'm just going to do 4 feet. My saw won't cut all the way around this, and so all the way through it, I should say. So I've got to make a couple of cuts to get all the way through it. Now I need to make my skids the right length and cut angles on them. So I'm cutting this to 7 feet long because I want the coop to be 6 feet long, and I want this to come out about an extra 6 inches just on each end, and then with a slanted cut on the edge. So there's one. Now I want to do 45-degree angle cut from, let's say we'll do 1 inch from the top, 1 inch, and then do a 45 down from there. And then I'll cut that and then measure the other side and do the same. There we go. See how that's cut at a 45 there? So that should help skid right across the ground as it's being pulled. I'll do the same on the other side. So now that I've got it basically laid out here, I went ahead and marked before I put these skids down. I went ahead and marked at the 6-inch mark off of the end on both sides. So I'm just going to screw now these cross support pieces into place at those 6-inch marks. I'm going to pre-drill with a drill bit so that I don't split the wood out, but that's basically it. Pretty simple.
Now, Clint did shoot another video clip before this one, but something happened and that video clip was super corrupted. It was all glitchy and everything, I don't know. But I'm sure that in it he was talking about putting these 4 posts up on the corners and then cutting them to the right height. So that's really what's going on in this section right here.
I think that's going to be better. Let's do the rest. Okay, so now I've got all 4 of my corner posts in. All I did was down at the base there, I put 2 on each side. Well, not every side, but 2 on opposite sides, screw holes, and then screwed them in. So I got 4 screws holding those in place. I'm thinking I'm actually going to try to get a metal plate or something to put against there as well, just to help secure that down, because this might be pulled around, moved and all. I want it to be extra secure so it won't just torque there and get loose and fall apart. So yeah, I think I'm probably going to do that. But now that I've got those 4 posts in, what I've done is down here at the bottom, I have marked where the base, gotta go backwards, where the base of my platform for the inside of the coop is going to be. Let me show you that. So I went ahead and marked where the 2x4 is going to go. I'm going to put a 2x4 across all the way around. So each of these corners here and there, and same on the other side. So then that'll be the platform of where I'll put some OSB. So then that'll give me a nice flat surface there for the inside of the chicken coop. So I've got 4 of these 2x4s that are cut to 4-foot lengths. I'm going to put one down here like this, and I'm also going to put one up here at the top. So I got 4 of these, 2 for this side, 2 for that side there, and then I'll do 6-footers for the other side. There we go. We've got our basic framing done for the coop. What I need to plan around is on this side here, I'm going to do some doors to access the coop and be able to clean it out. On this end over here, we'll have a nesting box coming off here. On this side here, we'll put windows for ventilation. And this side, nothing except at the top, I'll have a little window for ventilation as well. So, basic framing done. That's probably all I'm going to get done today.
This is a look at the fully framed out chicken coop now. All the walls are done, and here we can see the opening for where the nesting box will go. The supports for the floor, and just another look at the skids in case someone wants this to be a mobile chicken coop.
So I'm in the hoop house. Is the next thing I'm going to do on that coop is I want to put the floor in. That way I don't want to close it any further and then go to put the floor in and go, I can't get the plywood in there. So I'm going to put that on before I put the roof on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this zip sheathing that we have in here. I'm going to use this because of this coating that's on here. This green stuff. That will make for a good surface for when you need to clean out the coop and all. You can pull stuff out. If you use OSB, over time that flakes and everything, and if you're dragging stuff on there, you catch on those flakes, and it just makes it difficult to really actually clean the thing. And this OSB has a coating on it, this zip coating. And so that'll be a nice clean surface, a hard surface that shouldn't ever go bad in the coop. And so I think it's perfect for that. And we've got some of this lying around, so let's use it. So this piece of plywood, I've got to, now if I do it the right direction here. Anyway, it's 48 inches over to that support that's on the floor for the first piece, because it's going to be in those two pieces. But 48 inches over. I have to cut notches in it, which there's a 3x3 post, or 4x4, 4x4, which is 3.5 inches in each corner. And then there's a 2x4 in each of these sections here it's 21 inches away from the side. So I've got to cut a 3.5 by 1.5 inch notch out of each of those sides. And the whole thing needs to be 55 inches long. So I definitely wrote those dimensions incorrectly. No, I didn't. Sorry. Okay. So I've got my platform all put in down there. And you know how I said I didn't want to try to beat it in after put the rafters in and stuff. So I still had a little trouble. I ended up having to remove this piece here and this piece here in order to be able to get those in there. But that was okay, no problem, because I screwed them in there. So that wasn't too big of a deal. Got the platform in. Next thing I did here was I built the trusses for the roof. Let me show you what I did. So the roof I'm building is going to have a 12-12 pitch, which means that this is at a 45-degree angle up here. So in order to build these, I simply took a 2x4 and I cut a 45-degree angle at one point, and then flip the other side over so that the two 45s would go together and create this 12-12 pitch on both sides. Then I just set it up onto here, line it up around it, and mark where to cut notches out at the bottom here so it would sit onto the 4x4 here, and in this case over here would be sitting on the the 2x4. And that's it. Pretty simple. It took a little bit of maneuvering around and figuring out just, where to put it. One way to make sure that you've got these matches in the right place so that your roof isn't one side or the other is make sure that they're exactly the same distance here from here. So in their spread, or this is centered in the peak. The peak is centered on the coop. So I just made 3 of these. So they'd be essentially 3 feet apart on each one. I set those in place with some screws, pre-drill to make sure that it's split. And once I get those 3 set, then I put purlins across the sides, and I'll show you that.
Now, for this clip here, something real strange is going on. The audio sounds like some sort of distorted robot barbarian, where it sounds just like as Clint's trying to talk with like a terrible PA filter put over it, as well as someone doing like the robot voice through a megaphone at the same time. It's just completely unintelligible. But he's telling us something about the trusses that he's putting in here and how they're providing support and whatnot and different measurements and things like that. But it is unintelligible. I'll let you guys listen to a little bit of what it sounds like right here. Yeah, no idea what he's saying. So we'll just end that portion right now.
So I've got my purlins in. It was definitely more work than had I done it the other way. But like I said, there's definitely advantages to this. So the one thing though that I have to decide now what I'm going to do. The ends here where I was going to have the overhang, I have to decide what I'm going to do about that. I mean, I still can just add an overhang here, screw it on through the back here, screw it on. So I can do that, or I can just like add another piece of 2x here to just give a little bit of extra space. I haven't decided yet, but I've got to go right now. So I'll have to decide before I get back on this. But to you, it'll just be right now. Well, it's been a few days now since I got back onto this project here. But the next step is I want to start getting the siding and the roofing put on. Let me show you what materials I'm using. So if you have been watching our channel, you saw us tear down a barn a while back that we're going to reconstruct right over here. But the siding on it was kind of beat up and not really usable again for that project. So I kept it though, because I wanted to use it for other special little projects like this one right here. That siding. And they're 1x12s, and then the trim or the batten strips in a 1x4. And I got a whole bunch there, but like I said, they're kind of beat up. They're cracked. Some of them are not full boards and everything else. So can't just put them back again on the barn, but they're perfect for this project. I also have some roofing material. Also, a while back, we went and salvaged some of this galvanized corrugated roofing material. So I've got some in different sized pieces, like some that are about 8 feet long there and some that are about 10 feet long. But I'd like to use some of that to put on the roof of this chicken coop. I think it'll be cool. Tell me what you think. Do you like the idea of putting those salvage materials, the siding and the corrugated roofing on this? I think it'll give a good rustic look. I'm also planning on actually throwing some new paint on part of it, but trying to make that look used and rustic too by doing a dry brush technique. And we'll see how that goes. But let me know what you think in the comments. So I'm thinking that I'll just put this on where I want it, like this here. You know, line it up on the bottom here. I'm going to leave that bottom open so the chickens can get underneath it. But say it'll be here. And then where I've got openings, like the door, the window, here, the nesting box, I'm just going to take my Sawzall after I've attached it up and just cut it out. And then on the windows and door, I can just reuse those pieces to actually be the covering for the window and the door. I think that'll work out good.
And that is part 1 of building a chicken coop. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something. Hope you'll come back for the next part. If you liked the video, please be sure to give us a like, give us a follow, leave us a comment saying something about a chicken coop. I don't know. And we hope to see you guys next time at Castle Farms Homestead.